How do you know, like Gary, how do you know when to stop those things? I think that people are like, I don't want to stop because then I'll get out of the algorithm. Like, when do you know to take breaks on those platforms or
when you're not happy? You know, it's funny, even when you said hustle earlier, when I talk about work ethic, AKA hustle, I talk about it from a happiness filter. I've been very sad that people have tried to bucket me into like hustle porn or burnout. I really have, because if you look at every word out of my mouth, not the energy in which I deliver it, but the words I've talked about, it's about the happiness of your process. This is a very big deal to me. So the answer to your question is, when do you stop something? When you're not happy. If you're opening Twitter and you're anxious, I don't care how well you're winning on Twitter business-wise. You need to find a different relationship with a different platform, or reassess your relationship with the platform. That is the main reason you should stop. The second reason is, if you don't have unlimited resources and time, you need to look at the platforms that are most achieving what you want, whether that is money, whether that is happiness, hopefully happiness over money, whether that is awareness growth that you may later use for happiness, whether that's raising money for your PTA, running for mayor, selling a sneaker. You have to reverse engineer what you're about. For me, this is, and again, something and I keep referencing this because there's not that many people that actually know me more than what they see online. The reason South by worked for me is, and you've seen it, the reason there was a secret wine party is I love people. The reason social media worked for me is I loved people. I love spending hours in comments and replying. The reason Community, the app, works for me is I like texting people. 212-931-5731. And so like, I like people. So it's worked for me. But if you don't force yourself. Or if the platform started off fun for you, Instagram, because it was photography, but now it's influencer life and you don't like it, you don't have to. What you have to do is force yourself to debate how happy you are. You don't have to do anything other than strive for that, because it really matters.
But then if you have a company, in the end, don't you need to just overcome that hump and say, like, this is what I need to do to build my company?
Yes, I'm a fan of being able to create skin to deal with adversity. But I see a lot of people that have a $3 million a year business go for 5 and love it at 3 and hate it at 5. What I think people need to do is try to find a financial happiness graph and then live their lives within those means. So to me, what I think a lot about is, yes, there's things you have to do, but a lot of times people feel they have to do something for their business because they have a BMW and a fancy house and they want to buy a $6,000 pair of shoes. My debate in that analogy is, hey, maybe if you didn't spend money on things that are closing the gap of your happiness and actually lived within the means of a business or a job that makes you happy, and you lived within those means, maybe then you could have a very healthy circle, instead of what I see a lot, which is people think success is money, and then they start buying things because they actually need those things to cover up their unhappiness, and it becomes this vicious circle. I think this is about managing your own P&L, not getting too into debt.